I think I'm live. I don't have my microphone plugged in. I'm just using the mic on the computer. I'll get this plugged in. But I'm dreaming about going back to doing live streams. But I got rid of my StreamYard subscription because I wasn't doing live streams. So if you're here, although where do I see the comments now? Oh, Bud Files, are you here? Is that what that is over there? Oh, Chris, hey. Okay, I'm gonna plug this microphone in. Can y'all hear me? Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, that's good. So now I've got my podcast mic plugged in. Can you hear me? So I don't know. I tried OBS Studio probably a couple years ago, and it seemed so complicated, and it frustrated me. So I gave up on that. And then I don't think I did live streams for a while. And then I discovered StreamYard, which is like a person in a coma can use StreamYard. It's so easy. And here, wait, what is this message that says? New managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Okay, I don't need to do that. I'm going to close that. Thank you guys for popping in. So I didn't have time to schedule this, and I didn't know that once I installed OBS Studio on my computer, all I had to do was go to YouTube then to go live. I kept trying to figure out how to go live on OBS, and it said I had to set up a stream, and it automatically connected OBS Studio with my YouTube channel. So I thought, okay, well, I remember once upon a time seeing something on my channel where I could like set up a stream through YouTube. Anyway, so I kept trying to do it, but I had OBS Studio open, and it wanted camera access, but then it would tell me that I couldn't get camera access because another app was using my camera. And I thought, what? No, just the app that we're going to stream with. So I closed OBS Studio, and lo and behold, then this screen comes up on YouTube itself, because I guess it's now automatically integrated with OBS Studio. And I don't think that's how it went when I tried it a couple years ago, which could just mean I was really doing it wrong because I didn't understand it. But how exciting to be live and have people show up. So Joe and Sue and fam and Chris and Stuart, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you guys popped in. It's not going to be a structured live stream. I'm just playing with this software to avoid now having to pay for a subscription again on StreamYard. I loved it. Again, it's a great service, and I'm sure I'm going to realize there were things I could do with it that I can't do with this, but for what I want to do, I don't think I need it. So I'm tickled to be here, Chris. So let me explain. It's been one of the busiest summers on record here at RichKatRanch. And that is primarily because we have been doing a booming boarding business. So we have literally had multiple dogs here beyond our own dog. We have a pack of 3 dogs of our own, and we've been fostering pretty much full time since about September last year. So our most recent foster puppy, we had the 2 puppies, Ocean and Lake. If you remember, I know I posted a couple shorts and there were some community posts about them. They were our most recent foster puppies. We got them at about 11 or 12 weeks old. The one of the 2 got adopted on Wednesday. It'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And then the second one was adopted on the Sunday right after. So 3 or 4 days later, which was a week ago yesterday. So we've been dogless. Gucci, that's our regular boarder that's here like 4 or 5 days a week. She usually spends 2 nights, and then the day in front of the night and the day after the night. She got hurt. We still don't know what happened. She got a puncture wound in her side. We have scoured the backyard because we didn't do any paddock time with her that day. Uh, she's a pretty wild child at times. She is very active and very athletic and energetic. And it's not uncommon for me to have to, talk her down, because she just really gets going and she loves to jump and wrestle and jump over things. And so she came in. This was on Saturday so a week ago, the Saturday that just passed. Richard was out sitting on the back porch watching TV, and I had come in to do something. Uh, the weather was nice enough. I think that, yeah, we just had the back door open so the dogs could come and go as they liked. I didn't hear any yelping. I didn't hear anything that, indicated there was a problem. But she came into the house. I was sitting on the couch. I think I was looking up something on my phone. She came to me on the couch and she climbed up in my lap. So she's a giant golden doodle girl, and she's very cuddly and very affectionate, but she doesn't usually get on my lap because that's just not practical. The logistics of that just doesn't work because she's really big. But she got on my lap and I thought, what are you doing? But, sometimes again, she gets worked up and I thought, okay, she just wants a little attention, or she just wanted to come make sure I was still here and I was okay. So as I'm saying to her to get off my lap, she's crossing over me to go to another part of the couch. And I see this blood spot on her side. And I'm thinking, I had just told the dogs, you guys better cool it. Somebody's going to get hurt, just like human kids. And I figured that's what happened, that because we still had a foster puppy here at the time. And she and the foster puppies, like, those are matches made in heaven because she just has very playful energy. And so the puppies love her. She loves the puppies. And but again, I have to caution her and remind her to be calm and not get carried away, particularly with the puppies because she's bigger. But sometimes, they're a little tooth will get a hold of a part of the body, or they're jumping and a claw will get a hold of a part of a body. So it's in and of itself, it's not unusual that there could be minor scrapes and injuries from the dogs just wrestling around and carrying on with each other. So I didn't know at the time that it was anything beyond that. I thought, see, they were goofing around. It was like right on the center of her side, the side of her body. And I didn't inspect it. So I took her outside. I keep that saline wound flush. It comes in like a pressurized bottle. If you don't have that and you've got pets, I mean, it'd be great for people too, but it really comes in handy for the pets. So because you spray it and it literally gives out like a forceful enough stream that it's a great way to flush out an area. So I flushed it really good with that saline wound spray. And then I put some Neosporin on it. It was just the first thing I thought to do. I took a picture of it and I sent it to her mom. It was probably, 2 hours before she was scheduled to go home that day. And I sent a picture to her mom right away and said, I don't know what happened, but Gucci's got some kind of a wound on her side. She's still acting okay. And she came into the house to let me know something was wrong. So her mom took her to the vet when she picked her up that day. She had to have surgery. She had to have a drain. If you haven't seen those drain tube things that they leave in pets sometimes when they have a deep enough wound that it's got to be able to drain so that it won't swell and cause problems. And she is just really slowly healing, partly because, again, she's very active. So her mom has been having to give her trazodone twice a day just to keep her calm and still enough to heal. I think she popped out some of her stitches. And anyway, so the point of all that is that she's not here this week. And she probably won't be here. At the earliest, she wouldn't come until maybe Saturday. I don't know if usually she's not here on the weekends, but every now and then her mom has something scheduled and she gets to spend some weekend time with us. So when I talked with her mom or texted with her mom this morning, I asked, how she was doing and when were we going to get to see her, because we're missing her. She's a handful sometimes, but she's like a family dog. She's been boarding with us, again, 4 or 5 days a week since October of 2022. So we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of her first time to stay with us. So she is like a family dog, and she gets along with all of the other dogs that come. She gets along with the fosters. She's a great little ambassador for golden doodles everywhere. She sleeps on the bed with me. So we're missing her a lot. And I feel like my dogs have been kind of mopey. And I think it's just because they don't have an outside playmate coming around. So Her mom said she gets her stitches out on Friday, and she just didn't want her to go any place where she was going to be tempted to go crazy while the stitches were still there. So cross your fingers, send some vibes for her so that things go well and she really is on track for stitches out on Friday. But I'm just dumbfounded. So anyway, so she gets to the doctor, and they determined it was a puncture wound that was, I think her mom said, 1.5 inches deep. So one of Gucci's favorite things to do, which drives me bananas, and she's kind of taught some of the other dogs to do it. She will get a big, like a branch or, a limb, a stick, but kind of on the big side. And she'll just run through the yard. And the game is that the other dogs try to chase her and take the stick away from her. So I had already that same day, I'd seen her doing that, and we still had the puppy here. And I just really didn't want the puppy getting poked in the eye or something with a stick. So I had told her to cool it and get rid of the stick. But then the next thing you know, I see there's the puppy running with the stick and Gucci's chasing her. So I don't know that that's what it is. But Richard and I have inspected the backyard because that's the only place they went outside. I know it wasn't anything inside the house. No one else got hurt. But no one else is quite as energetic and rambunctious as she can be at times. And so it's driving me nuts that I don't know how it happened, because obviously that means I can't go out and move something or fix something or modify something so that it won't happen again. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, okay, she's been staying with us. She's here more a lot of times than she is at home, unless she's at home because it's overnight and she's sleeping. And this is the first time she's gotten hurt. It's only maybe the second time a dog has ever gotten hurt here. And when it happened before, it was the dogs got in a tussle over a Frisbee. Somebody's tooth hit somebody's shoulder and it made a nick. And when Keanu was here one time, don't even know, he was out there wrestling with a couple of the dogs, and he got a little cut right up here by his eyebrow. Wasn't a big deal. He didn't have to go to the doctor or anything. So some stuff, it's just, again, it's just like human kids. They get worked up. Somebody gets hurt, and I feel like I do my due diligence because I'll say, you kids better cool it. You're going to get hurt. You better stop that. Are you trying to hurt yourself? Lo and behold, somebody got hurt. So, I think her mom realizes that as well, but it still doesn't keep me from feeling guilty and worrying about what the heck did she come in contact with? Or really, was it just a freak thing because someone had a stick or she had a stick and she jumped or she fell? Or so I don't know. So every picture pretty much that her mom has sent me, Gucci just looks all zoned out because she has to be on the trazodone or she's going bananas, especially since she's a very active girl and now she's got to be still. So thank goodness for the trazodone. But again, no dogs but our own here this week. Well, Gucci wasn't here last week either. But in the beginning, I just didn't want to start adding more stuff to my schedule. I just used it to get caught up on duckyard chores and things to not have another dog here. But I thought, you know what? Let's see. I think we're going to be getting into fall. School is back in session, so the boarding schedule has just eased up a lot. We'll have 2 of our repeat boarders, Tilly and Junebug. You guys may know them from some previous videos. They're, again, they've been here lots of times. They are plug and play, no fuss, no muss, and we love that family. So they'll be here 2 or 3 days next week, and then the beginning of the following week, they'll be here another 2 or 3 days. So, and then nobody until the 20th of October. We'll have a new boarder coming. His meet and greet is on October 5th. And all I know at this point is that he's a Shepherd Husky mix. And one of our current boarding families recommended us to his family. So we'll do his meet and greet on October 5th. It doesn't sound like there's going to be anything that will mean he's not going to stay with us. But yeah, it's just really eased up. The schedule has really eased up a lot. And every time I see that one of you is going live, even though I haven't had a chance to watch any YouTube. So the TV here pretty much stays on, what is that called? Like Pluto TV, Andy Griffith or I Love Lucy or something just for background noise. And because I just haven't really had time to devote to sitting down and watching anything all the way through. For a long time, it's been like that. So an hour and a half movie will take me like 4.5 hours to watch because I have to get up, 15 times an hour to let someone out or pick up something that somebody knocked over, or a puppy pooped in the house and I got to clean it. So movies are out, and it frustrates me if I try to participate in something or get involved in something that one of you's doing on YouTube. So you just haven't seen me. It's not your imagination. You haven't seen me. All I could do to get up some shorts here and there and a couple of videos of just things that I'm just doing anyway. So when you've seen the videos of the spiders that I find in the pen, or the baby cottontails, if you haven't seen the video, the last couple of videos, I've shown you some baby cottontails that Mama delivered out into a little nest she made right in the backyard. Why did she do that? Like, I know she knows we have dogs, because for 3 or 4 nights before she delivered her babies, she was digging that burrow. And I would let the dogs out super late at night because I'm a night owl anyway. And just because we have fosters and baby puppies here so much, it comes in handy to do like a late night, midnight, go out and do a potty break. Then when Richard gets up at 4:30 in the morning, see, nobody has to go too long without going to the bathroom. Neither here nor there, except that over the course of 3 or 4 nights, I would let the dogs out late, and that mama rabbit, I would see her running from the same part of the yard every time across the yard and under the fence into the paddock. So she had she knew her escape route, and she was super fast. Man, it didn't keep the dogs from trying to get her every time they saw her. So I had seen this hole in the ground. I didn't connect the dots initially. I had seen the hole in the ground and had seen her every night. And then I realized, oh my goodness, she's digging a nest. She's making a place to have some babies. Why? She knows we have dogs because she sees them every night when she's digging the nest. But, who am I? It's nature. It's wonderful and horrible all at the same time. So on overnight Saturday into Sunday, I guess it was a week ago, this past overnight into Saturday, Sunday, she had her babies, 2 baby rabbits. And I only know that because I went out with the dogs late one night and I had seen that hole in the ground, right? Then I go back over and the hole has some leaves and fur over the opening of it. It was like maybe 8 inches deep. It went in at like a 45-degree angle. It was about 8 inches deep, and again, maybe like 8 inches wide. So I thought, aha, that's the burrow. So I see the fur. So I gently lift up the fur and look, there's the 2 little tiny brand newborn rabbits in there. So then the stress really starts, because I think Boone and Bear have found and brought 4 or 5 baby rabbits to the back porch already this year. One was okay enough that I took it to a rehabber in Fort Worth. Other ones, at least 2 of them did not make it. And then another that I saw it, and I put a vegetable crate thing over where I saw it, and then I didn't see it when I went back. But I don't think the boys got it, because like 2 weeks after they're born, they leave the nest and they start exploring and checking out their territory. Anyway, so I've gone out several times, every other day or so. I go out there and take that fur and the leaves off of the top of that and take those baby rabbits out and look at them. She's obviously feeding them. I haven't looked today. It's been a couple of days now, so I have to just prepare my heart every time that I'm going to go, and because you don't know, something may have happened to her. We have coyotes and I don't know what other animals would go after rabbits. I mean, just people like feral cats. We've got a colony of feral cats that lives in the neighborhood, and so something could always get Mama or get to those babies. I've been watching for the rat snake, because they're small enough that these big rat snakes could definitely swallow a baby bunny. Anyway, so you've seen videos of that kind of stuff, because it's stuff that's happening anyway. It's not like something I have to set up. I just get my camera out and film it and then put it on YouTube. No editing. I might have put a couple of videos up where I put some music behind it, or clipped a couple of videos together to give you a bigger picture of whatever was happening in the day. But as always, I've always got this long list of ideas of stuff I want to do. And so I'm hoping that this is, we're turning a corner and I'm going to have control of a little more of my time. I mean, we have boarders still booked through the end of the year. So holiday season tends to book up really far in advance anyway. But I'm hoping to develop some sort of a schedule just for my own mental health and peace, and the ability to have a little bit more free time to take care of me. I'm hoping to maybe have blocks of time where I'm just going to say we're not available. Even if there's no other dog already scheduled, that if someone contacts me and asks, do you have availability for these dates? If I have a block on the schedule, doesn't mean I'm going anywhere or I'm going to do anything exciting or interesting, just to feel like I have more control of my schedule, because we've just been, I mean, what a great problem to have. So if you have a family business and you're insanely busy, it's great. But after a while, it just, you got to have some downtime. Like, it's been all I can do for the last 3 months to find time to take a shower. Because if I make a mistake, and because I like to take my shower late at night before I go to bed, it's relaxing. I've been up doing chores outside, so I'm plenty sweaty and in need of a shower later in the day. But if I make a mistake when we've got, like foster puppies or a couple of high energy boarders here, I can't even really get a getaway in the shower, because I'm in the shower and they're either trying to get into the tub with me, or I can hear them out here jumping on the furniture and knocking stuff over, or barking or carrying on. And anyway, so I've got that off my chest now. But I'm just excited I'm most excited to have figured out this OBS thing, because I know the people that have been using it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. I think I can overlay other screens on it, and some of the things I want to do in videos is going to mean I've got other things going on. So you heard it here first. One of the things that's going to be coming up is snake identification. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. I have to be knowledgeable about snakes in my area because we have snakes in my area, and I am a live and let live kind of person. So you've seen videos. I have videos on the channel that I relocate stuff when I find it. But it means, again, I have to know what it is to know if I can deal with it. So I'm on a couple of Facebook pages that teach people about snake IDs. And I've just really been encouraged. I don't see every kind of snake that we have in this area. I for sure don't see every kind of snake there is. And I for sure don't see every kind of snake there is in my state. We have a nice mix of species here. So mostly I just see these rat snakes that you guys will have seen in some videos. And I know I've got a video or two of some water snakes that we've seen here. And that's all I've seen so far, knock on wood. So I've never seen a venomous snake. I've never had to worry about handling one or relocating one. But I still need to be knowledgeable about it, because they are in this area, and there are neighborhoods not far from where we live where people are reporting that they're seeing venomous snakes. So I have to know, because we have other animals. I got to be mindful of that. And especially because we have, the responsibility of taking care of other people's dogs when they board with us, I need to know what the risks are. So I thought one of the videos I'm planning that I needed to figure out how to do something with OBS was to do what I enjoy doing on those Facebook pages. Someone will post a picture and they'll go, please, can you ID this snake for me? We found him in the garage, or we found him under my car, or we found him in the pool, or we found him, in the duck house or whatever. And I'm getting very good at identifying, even when it's not a snake that I see here. And even though there are, like, nature's amazing. So just within the rat snake species, there are so many patterns. And anyway, it's interesting. And I thought that might be something fun, and it'll be kind of a test for myself to guess some snakes. Okay, Richard's watching on his phone, so I guess it's working. Hey, Paul, how are you? Yeah, spicy noodles is what a lot of people call the venomous snakes. Spicy noodles. So there's a couple that really throw me that I just need more practice with it. So I figure at some point I'm just going to bring you guys along when I go on these Facebook pages and we're going to look at the picture together. I'm going to try to figure out how to not let any of the comments be seen for myself so that I can quiz myself and you guys can watch and learn with me. But I have a pretty good accuracy rate so far. Always for the ones that I'm familiar with, obviously. That's easy. But there's just a couple that I need to know because these are people in my area that post that they've encountered them. And I don't want to look at it and guess wrong like I do sometimes. And because you guys know I pick up anything that will be still long enough for me to pick it up. So I need to know, is this a spicy noodle or is this a friendly noodle? And I've been bitten by the rat snakes a couple of times. That's no big deal. Soap and water, all you got to do. No stitches. They just barely have any little tiny hair comb kind of teeth. But all it would take is that one time that I pick up something that I think I know what it is and I'm wrong. And then guess where I'll end up. So ain't nobody got time for that. So that's one of the ideas I have. I can't remember. There's something else I wanted to do that I needed to be able to figure out how do I do this OBS thing? Because I need to have a place where I can show you something that I'm working on or that I'm watching and you guys watch along with me and we guess it together or answer a question together or whatever. And if I could avoid having to pay a subscription for something that I just was not using very much, then that's what I want to do. Let's see. Paul, I guess you're not using StreamYard. I can't blame you after. Yeah. I mean, I just had like a middle of the road plan and I did enjoy it. And I'm telling you, it was so ridiculously simple. You didn't have to know anything about computers or live streaming or anything to use it. So I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it certainly wasn't worth it for me if I wasn't even using it. So this is great. And I'm excited. Obviously they changed something because I really came in tonight thinking I'm not even going to be able to do a stream because I'm not going to be able to figure out how to get myself on YouTube with it. But look how simple it was. So kudos to OBS or the team. I think it's just a shareware kind of a thing. So I know over time they probably do use feedback to streamline stuff. So again, I'm so tickled that some of you actually showed up for this test stream because I might have live streamed ducklings or goslings that were hatching with OBS one time because it didn't mean I had to have a webcam or anything. I just, how did I do that? I want to say I might have used OBS, but I don't know that I could ever figure out how to put me on it so here we are. I don't know what else to tell you about what's going on. Grape Fest just happened in Grapevine, just down the street from us. So we did that when did we go to Grape Fest? Friday? Yeah, we went to Grape Fest on Friday. Did a lot of wine tastings and like fair type foods and events and live music. And that's just a tradition that we do. We try to do that every fall. And Central Market did another stroll thing. Hey, Pretty and Pooch, thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm figuring this out now. I'm so excited to be figuring this out. So Central Market, we've done a stroll before, and I mean that's open to anyone, and they just have samples of their foods. Central Market is an HEB company. It's kind of a high-end grocery store. A lot of fine foods, and they've got a wonderful produce market and a great like a deli and a pre-cooked place where you can get chicken breasts and stuff. And yeah, Pretty and Pooch, I'm in Texas. I'm in Southlake, not far from Fort Worth, between Grapevine and Keller. Anyway, so we did that a month or so ago, maybe longer enough ago. And then they were going to do their 30th anniversary stroll. And the first one was a free one because they do those often anyway, where you just go and sample lots of stuff in the store. But this most recent one, $10 a person, and it was still the strolling through the store and trying foods and wines and stuff. But then afterward, they had a really neat, like a buffet thing with, meat skewers and desserts and champagne, and it was just really fun. So I don't know that you could call us foodies, but we do enjoy taste test type stuff. So we did that. What day was that? Saturday. Yeah. So we did Grape Fest on Friday. We did the Central Market thing on Saturday. I don't think anything was happening on Sunday. And now Gucci is not here this week, so I have some free time. I'm so excited to have a little bit of free time. Uh, and we don't have any foster puppies right now. I have not gotten word about, foster puppies needing a spot, so this may be a slower time for rescue as well. I don't know that we'll do puppies again. We might do an adult dog next time just because, y'all, wow. And we've done two puppies at a time, for the most part, all this year. Sure. Posey, when we had Posey last year in September and October, who was adopted by Butler Family Farm. If you haven't checked out Butler Family Farm on YouTube, those are real life friends of ours now, because we were already connected through YouTube, but then we connected because they came down for a visit and they met Posey and they took her home. They came back. I made a road trip and I met Jerry and Robert like at the halfway point to drop her off to them. They adopted her a couple weeks after they met her. And so that's been a really neat connection that I have with them. Their channel is blowing and going, and I am just beyond amazed and proud at what they're doing with it. So check out Butler Family Farm. Tell them I said hi. Tell them I sent you. Anyway, so no extra dogs in the house right now but our own. Cabo and Delilah had their annual checkups yesterday. They're good. Cabo's been, I felt like, walking kind of funny, and so the vet did confirm he's got something funky going on with his back left leg. It's not like a terrible thing, but I noticed it, and he's just so athletic and healthy. And so for me to see that he looked like his gait was a little bit off, I thought, it's time for just a checkup anyway. And the vet that came to see us, she is also an equine chiropractor. So I thought, okay, so she may come out and she may say, oh yeah, I'm going to do an adjustment. But right now we're trying to narrow down where the problem may be. She thoroughly inspected him, and then she did a nerve block down near his foot. We're going to just over the course of the next week or so see if that makes any difference in his gait. Again, he's still active. He's eating. He's happy. He's friendly. He's engaging with us when we're with him. And but horses are expensive anyway, so you cannot let anything go so far that then it's going to turn into you got to sell your soul to be able to take care of treatment for them. So figure better to just have her check it out when she came for vaccinations and stuff. So everybody should be caught up on vet care. No more new goslings or ducklings. I'm cutting that off, so I'm collecting eggs every day. And the girls do try to surprise me every now and then. I'll go out and find a little clutch of eggs that I didn't know was there, but it's usually not more than 4 or 5. So I know nobody's sitting yet, because my ducks like to have like 18 eggs in a clutch before they start sitting. And the geese like to have between 6 and 12 before they start kidding. This is not sitting. This is not goose egg laying season anyway, so I don't have to worry about them. But the ducklings and goslings that have been hatched here this year, all of them are doing great. The last 3 little goslings, let me tell you, man, they are feisty little things. They love romaine lettuce. So every night for dinner, the flock gets poultry feed and frozen mixed vegetables. I just buy the great big 5-pound bags of frozen mixed vegetables, peas, corn, carrots, and green beans. At Walmart, super cheap. They love it. It's healthy for them. The geese aren't as much into those vegetables. They like the pellets, the poultry pellets, so they love that. But the geese love romaine lettuce. So those little babies, they will know that there's romaine lettuce leaves in the bucket when I go out with it, and they just try to get into that bucket. And then as I'm getting the leaves out to hand to them, boy, they're just all over me trying to get their lettuce leaf before anybody can have it. So it's pretty cute, and I like it that they're feisty and they take care of themselves, and they definitely have some personalities developing. What else? There's no way I can catch all up on all that's happened in the last few months, but short story is it's just been insanely busy. I haven't been able to spend time with any of you at your own channels, here on my channel. And I really, really want to get back to consistently sharing stuff with you about what's going on and what I'm working on. And I haven't baked any bread, so I was so excited about learning how to make sourdough bread and kolaches and all that. Hey, nobody got time for that. They're just, I cook every now and then, but I feel like I've bought more like pre-made, like frozen, and you put it in the oven or whatever in the last few months than I have in the last few years, because it's just been so wonderfully busy. I think that's it. I think that's all that's going on. There's my old girl Serena back here. Hey, Serena. Come here, Serena. Come say hi to everybody. Come say hi to everyone. Come here. Come here, Serena. There's Serena. Okay, so Serena's about 12. She's still going strong. She's kind of slow. She's not in that club that gets carried away, jumping and wrestling and just climbing around and carrying on outside. So I appreciate that. But she gets pretty annoyed also with, when the dogs are getting a little too rambunctious, especially in the house. She does not like when they start wrestling. So puppies have been hard on her. That's been another. I mean, she enjoys them, and you can tell after they've been here a little while because they adore her. And you can tell after a while she really does like them, but she just feels obligated, I think, to be the primary puppy police, correcting when they're getting worked up and stuff, which is good because that's part of the reason, that's part of the concept behind fostering. And that's why it's so wonderful if you can adopt the dogs through a rescue that has been fostered, because generally that means that that dog has been in a home with other dogs where there is a leader dog or an older dog, or, and or older dog that just teaches them manners and what the rules are and how to be part of a family. So I know the puppies have learned a lot from her, and most of the puppies, at least for Good Shepherd does require that a puppy that's adopted, meaning like younger than a year, can only go to a home where there's another older dog in the family. Just again, to continue with teaching them, their place in a pack and their place in the family, and how to be a family dog. So it's an easier transition for them if they come from that setting, just to go to a new family in that setting. So we've had some wonderful success stories. We've fallen in love a couple times this year, and it was really hard to let them go. People ask me all the time, oh, how can you let them go? And it's just because I know the reason we're doing it. And I know that when we let them go, then we have a spot where we can bring in another one that otherwise might not even live, because shelters are overfilled, and the dumping of puppies and dogs, just, I don't guess it'll ever end. So it's great, gratifying work. We have had a couple, though, in this past year that, as soon as they left, we've both said we should have kept her or we should have kept him. But it's fun too, because Banyan, I don't know if you guys remember Rowan and Banyan, whose new name is Boone. Their family was so impressed with our boy Boone, and Boone was such a great big brother for Banyan while he was with us, that they renamed Banyan Boone. So he's known as Boone Jr. And at some point, I think he'll be boarding. He and his sibling dog will get to board with us. So that's kind of neat. But other than that, I hope you're having good weather where you are. It got nice and cool here for a couple of weeks, and now we're back into the 90s, but at least it's just the low 90s, not the upper 90s and triple digits. We haven't had rain again in a while. It was so rainy, in the spring and into the early part of the summer. Now we've got pretty much drought conditions again. The pond looks terrible. I don't even know why the geese and ducks like to go out there during the day. I guess there's at least enough water for them to play in it, but it's not nice and full like it was for a while. But yeah, winter is coming, uh, which here in Texas, we just get it all. So we get the droughts and the heat waves, and then we get the ice storms and the tornadoes, and never a dull moment. But all is well here. It's been a wonderful day today. It's been a wonderful week or so now that I have had a little bit of free time and don't have any boarders coming until Gucci comes back, which may be this weekend, but likely it won't be until Monday next week. And then the two girls that have been here lots of times will come later in the week next week. So that's not going to really feel like work. They're grown-up dogs and they're very well behaved. So I love it when they come to visit. So be watching for, I don't know if I'm going to do the snake ID video next or not, but it's just been on my list for a while. And now as I've gotten even better at IDing on those pages, I'm excited to do that video. I'm always taking suggestions. Is there something you want me to do or share or react to? I haven't done any other reaction videos in a while. So if there's something you're aware of that you want me to do a reaction video to, I'll thank you in advance for helping me come up with ideas. I'd love to get back to at least doing a short every day, but whew, it's a work in progress. Or isn't every day a work in progress for all of us? But I won't keep you any longer. This was supposed to just be a quick test because I wanted to see if I could figure this software out. But to have you guys show up, I thought, oh wait, well at least then I should visit with you for a little while and let you know what's going on and why you haven't seen me. So I'm still here, live and kicking, and we'll hope to be back kind of regularly. I don't even know the last time. I'm looking up at the top of my monitor where I've got my favorites on my computer, this browser, and the GoDaddy account is there, which is where I can go in and edit our website. And I had a goal of updating the blog consistently. It's probably been 5-6 months since I last it couldn't have been that long. 4 or 5 months, I guess, since I did a blog post. So again, that tells you how busy it's been. But nowhere to go but up. And I'm going to work hard again on managing the boarding schedule a little better so that it's not so crazy busy that I just feel like I'm chasing my tail, because that's how I have felt now, at least for this last month or so. Took a while for it to kind of catch up with me, but whew, again, what a great problem to have. So, oh yeah, I just saw Paul's quote. Yeah, free breakfast eggs for me and the dogs. So the dogs love the duck eggs, and we share those when we've got enough of them. We share them with our boarders too, and it's great, healthy animal protein. Some of the dogs that are picky eaters or don't have much of an appetite, it's great for that. But I will hope to get back to some sort of regular live stream schedule. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if I'm going to still call it a roundup. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, because obviously I'm just in a new phase kind of, and there's been a break. And so I'm going to feel some things out and see where I want to go with that. But I do enjoy and always did enjoy regular time being here with you guys, just to see what's going on with you and let you know what's going on with me, just to stay connected, because YouTube provides such a wonderful family kind of opportunity. I didn't know that's what it would be like when I first started the channel. And it's been just a wonderful part of my life so many times, when things were great and when things were not so great. So I miss that. I want to get back to that. I just don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. So thanks for stopping in. I will, as I always do, say to you to be safe, be happy, be well, and be blessed. And I'll post some stuff in my community tab when I get closer to putting the next official video together. I don't even count these little 2 and 3 minute things as videos. This is just, I happened upon something, I recorded it, I'm going to share it with you. but I don't really put much effort into it. So I'll let you know when I'm closer to having something put together to share with you. And just thanks, guys. Thanks for still being here. I've been gone and I come back and you're still here, and that's amazing to me. So take care. I'll see you either live again next or with a video coming up soon. I love you all, and love to all from RichKatRanch. Bye, guys. Now I have to figure out, how do I end the stream? Oh, look, there's a button that says end stream. This could not be simpler, could it? Okay, love you. Bye.